What other ways is the league facilitating increased demand and growth occurring in women's sports in general?
This is crazy. So 24 million people at peak watch the NCAA final women's game.
Yep.
Pretty amazing.
Great games, by
And
the
believe
way.
it or not, one of the reasons is there's 3 things you need in sports. I figured this out maybe 2 years in. Maybe I should have figured it out sooner. You need household names, rivalries, and games of consequence. And what does March Madness have? Every game is a game of consequence. Survive and advance. Mm-hmm. And what happened last year out of a rivalry of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, when Angel went like this and like this, a rivalry was born. They became household names. Name, image, likeness has been actually, when I joined the league, I was asked about it. It was just passing the NCAA, and I said, terrible for women's sports. It's another place for women to be undervalued in sports. And guess what? I can report 4 years later, I was wrong. 4 out of the top 5 NIL wage earners in college last year were women.
Oh.
And 3 of them were women basketball players. And these players are coming in with huge social media followers, huge business acumen, because now they have deals with State Farm and Gatorade and Nike and Powerade and Mercedes. And I mean, Angel and Caitlin made millions of dollars in college, and now they're making a multiple of that now that they have a WNBA career and they have a post-college way to make more money because they have a national brand and now a global brand in the WNBA. So it's really important that these players get supported from that perspective, and I think the momentum has never been better. Again, I talked about the game being great and the brand, and now the ecosystem's changing. There's most people who couldn't name a player on UConn's men's team that won the national championship, but most people can name a bunch of college women players. I'm into golf also. I was at the Masters this year. It was pretty incredible. Everywhere I went, and most people did not even know I was the commissioner of the WNBA down there, people were talking about women's basketball. Mm-hmm. There were 8 people walking around in Caitlin Clark jerseys on the grounds. The chairman of Augusta got asked a question about women's basketball and talked about how it was the first time he ever watched. So now our challenge is we play a 40-game season. Not every game's a game of consequence. Thank God we're not baseball with 162 games. But I actually saw the commissioner of MLB down at Augusta. I go, how's that 162-game season going? I think it's tough because there's games of consequence don't come till the playoffs for them. And us, 40 games. So we're doing great. I mean, we outdrew on opening night viewership that the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs were on ESPN. We were on ESPN2. We outdrew the NHL game. It's pretty astounding. Mm-hmm. Never thought that would happen. We're outdrawing MLS games. We're not quite where the NBA and NFL are, but we're chipping away at something big here. And it's not just Angel and Caitlin and this class, Camilla and Cameron and Rakia. It's 3 or 4 years of star players. Paige Becker's next year. Kiki Rice from UCLA. Juju Watkins from USC. How lucky am I to be in women's basketball? Yeah. We've got 4 years of stars, and Hannah Hidalgo at Notre Dame. It's outstanding, and people were telling me the U17 class is even more talented than this class.
Wow.
So but marketing has a lot to do with it. Like, we need more recognition of players. On the Mystics, Shakira Austin was a rookie 2 years ago, was it? And she's amazing. She was hurt last year. But she is an amazing player, but it takes a rookie a couple years to really hone their game in the W, because everybody's like, oh my God, Caitlin's not as good in the WNBA as she with Iowa. That's because there's 250 Division I NCAA women's programs. There's only 12 WNBA teams. This is the elite of the elite.
Right.
It's going to take her a while. She had 30 points last night. She's going to be fine. So people just need to be patient, I think, and we need to capitalize on the momentum. But the number one thing that puts sports on the map, media rights, media rights, and media rights. Mm-hmm. The reason the men get paid so much, media rights, billions and billions of dollars in media rights, which women's sports hasn't had. And our viewership last year was on par or in excess of MLS and the NHL, and their media rights deals are 12 to 15 times higher than ours. Something broken in that model. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try to fix it and chip away at it.